G'day, friends and fans. Welcome to Tabletop News. I'm your host, the author, David Applegate. And I have a host of action-packed RPGs for your... So, without much further ado, let's get going. Now, I saw this a little while ago and bookmarked it. It starts in 4 days. This is Deathbringer. This is from Professor DM and Roll for Combat, with contributions from Brandon Gilliam. This is not another safe fantasy game. This is Steel, Fire, and Consequences. Choose your doom. Choose wildly. Professor DM, professional. Deathbringer is fast combat, yeah, and comes with custom dice. So and real artwork, real interesting artwork. Yes, she is definitely going to bring some death to some young men. Just out for a stroll with my, what do you call it? Religious artifact. Just strolling down the streets with my religious artifact. Well, she's definitely a religious artifact. Ooh, nice. Nice. Very nice. So, amazing artwork, Deathbringer. Now, of course, this is all sponsored by you, the viewing audience. Empire Vales, that's one word, empirevales.myshopify.com, your one-stop shop for enchanting treasures based on my writing. The Empire Vales by David Applegate, available on Amazon. My favourite site being the Bundle Holding, a enchantment of RPGs, bundles of RPGs, usually one, but sometimes you get one or two or three, but usually one, usually a spread of types, and they are often broken into groups. Now, a lot of you probably know how a bundle site works. You pay the minimum price and you get the basic bundle. You level up, the more you pay, the more you get. Well, most of the time with bundle holding, there's only 2 levels, but some packages do come out as one price gets it all. Right, so Torchbearer, first up, is a fantasy role-playing game from Rolling Wheel. All right, so it's a desperate adventure. You're born to lose. You're a vagabond out of options. Cash slips from your hands as easy as blood from your wounds, and definitely the taxman gave them to you. There's loot out there, and it's your job to pry them off the hands of the terrible monsters in the way of you and your well-deserved fortune. It's not robbery, it's salvage, and it's yours to keep if you survive. However, before you lose your mind, your body, your soul, and you need to survive. So there's food, water, and light resources. To excel, you must fight for what you believe in. I believe this loot belongs to me, stab. Yes, that's the extent of beliefs that matter in this game. However, there is need for tension, and there's plenty of it with unique survival mechanics based on various resources. So the deeper you delve, the heavier your load, the costlier each decision you make becomes. This is your life on the line, and the only hope is to prosper. So to be prosper, you have to be lucky, smart, stubborn, and, dare I say it, persistent. And there are rules and supplements in the 14.95 pack. However, level up, which I recommend you do, you get an entire bonus collection, the Adventure Collection, 3 more titles worth an additional 35 for a mere 22.01. So, what's in this collection? The Torchbearer Code Rulebook. Adventure is a dirty word, but so is work. The Lawmaster's Manual, optional classes, rules, conflicts, settlements, and lots of gear for you to sink your teeth into. And the Scavenger Supplement. Me? Yes, you survive on the edge. And there are 6 new additional classes and additional rules for Torchbearer. As I said, level up, which I recommend you do. You get the Adventure Collection as well. This gives you the Cartographer's Compendium. All right, 6 lost places to test your mettle, terrify yourself, and delight players. Next up, we have the Bridge of the Dam. This is sort of a last stand sort of situation with a twist. This is a bridge where there was a last stand between 2 thriving giants, but the bridge is now ruined and is now host to bandits and the treasure. And you know the old saying, a fool and his money. Well, a dead fool and his money are soon parted. So off you go. Cheerio, lads. Next up, the Ghost Tower of Ilamar Fens. This appears one night every year. You have 24 hours to fill your pockets with whatever you can, survive the tower, and get out. Of course, it's not called the Ghost Tower without reason. 100 US buckaroonies of RPG adventure for 22. Well, depends. You can actually give more. The more you give, it's like a donation. Get a little shout out. Right. So, next. Colo Stoli. This is a solo role-playing adventure in a world castle. Hold on. Right. So one price, $14.95, gets you the entire collection. Pardon me. Just a little hiccup. All right. The rooms are lands, and they can hold mountains, lakes, canyons, rivers, oceans, deserts, caves. You get the drift. It's a lot out there. And there are the most dangerous of all, the rooks. The rooks are like the elites, and they're powerful opponents, but you bring one down, you can gain powers. Now, with enough experience, you might discover, rather invent the secrets of this massive castle. So this was funded in a sequence of successful Kickstarter campaigns and is now on offer for $14.95. You start with the core rulebook, Roomlander Journal. So you get started with this. Dungeons, of course, expands the castle to the underworld, where you could have spectral and luncheon rooks and of the rest of the darkness within. And Coloste Koyodania helped the Empress of the East regain her rightful throne, journey to the eastern wing of the castle, to help the Empress. And 4 other job packs to expand your game. Now, the unique thing about this is no 2 games are the same, and with the Cartographer, you take on side quests. as a cartographer, of course, inventor, researcher, and apocalypse to basically with print and cut deck cards. And you basically get unique qualities from the rooks you fight and forge ingredients to brew potions. Yeah, I mean, forage. Yeah, interesting game. Next is old skull generators. This is a generative collection. $17.95 gets you a bunch of tables to generate dungeons, characters, monsters, and treasures. Yeah, magical swords, game worlds, you name it. There, rod, staves, and wands. $17.95 gets you this huge collection of 7 tables. So, what do we got in this? Written originally for first edition AD&D, compatible with all old school revival retro clones. Fill your treasure hoard with amazing items, unique campaign elements that you can create on the fly. 1,000 entry tables are perfect for tabletop, virtual, or solitaire play. So it comes in 7 volumes. Magical Swords, Part 1 and 2. Armor and Shields, Rod, Staves, and Wands. Magic Potions, Magic Scrolls, and Miscellaneous Magic. Pretty much, yeah, D&D in its old school glory. Sorry, Advanced Dungeons & Dragons in its old school glory. Now we have the Dungeon Generator. This enables you to generate sprawling mega dungeons or smaller dungeons if you want to challenge adventurers for 1 to 3. But it's a system of branching tables, subsystems, corridors, side passages, and treasure hoards, of course. And you can use it during play or map print, just generate on the fly, or just have it laid out ready to go as a, choose your own adventure path. And no matter what path they tick, it's what you're going to put A4 page, 5 lines, and no matter which which door they open, it's aha! And a orc guard room. Nope, next. Aha! An orc guard room. Next. Just kidding. 2 orcs this time. All right, Old Skull, a game world generator. As the name suggests, this is a step-by-step guide to build a game world. World concepts, mapping, land formations, kingdoms, fiefdoms, demi-human enclaves, humanoid tribes, starting in environment, of course the infamous dragon lairs, dungeons, and other adventure thingy-bobs. And then there's the map pack. 18 colourful maps to get you all started with the realm of Tahina, a mystical folklore interpretation of late medieval Italy. 3 old school generators, 3 more generators. You have adventure generator, monster generator, and a NPC. So need an NPC on the fly, a couple of quick rolls, and ta-da! You have Dickleplix. Next. All right. Rumpelstiltskin. What could go wrong with that? All right. Old school generation. A must-have for new or experienced DMs alike if you're into old school fantasy role-playing. Absolutely. Go well with this pack. Or even this pack. It's a supplement standing on its own. Heck, you can even use it in Mutant Ninjas and speaking of Mutant Ninjas, another interesting, and it's a very old RPG from Palladium. Mutants and Ninjas comes in the starter pack with a bonus collection. This basically is ninjas and super spies, but it also has After the Bomb. All right, so this is designed by the late Eric Wujcik from Amber Dice's Roleplaying. This is an 80s Mutant and Ninja RPG, one of the finest Palladium has ever published, and still holds up well today, giving you a new chance to own your own ninja and super spies. And its standout compendium, Mystic China, along with After the Bomb. For a bargain basement price of $12.95, you get all 8 titles in the starter collection. However, if you pay above the threshold price of $39.30, you level up and get this entire collection with 13 more titles. That is $158 US retail on its own. Super bargain. All right, the starter collection, pay the minimum and get the ninjas and super spy martial arts at its best, at its peak martial arts role playing with martial arts masters, supernatural predators, and espionage. After the Bomb, predicting the future. What happened after the bomb was dropped? Well, Roadhogs, another interesting game. This is the West Coast after the Bomb World. It's an expansion and another expansion, sort of. It's articles for ninjas and super spies. So give you more material for ninjas and super spies, of course. But to get Mystic China, you need the bonus collection. So level up, which I recommend you do. You get Mystic China, which retails alone for $22. So it's a bargain for the price of. So for the price of, yeah, let's see. Just for the price alone, right? Almost a book and a half. You get of Mystic China, you get the whole collection. The Mystic China is one of the best non-D&D from the 80s out there. And it holds up today, is the glories of ancient China, not with martial arts and lots of martial arts and the whole thing of reformed demons, Chai magic, and lots of, all brought to you by people who actually lived and breathed the culture. So they put a lot of effort into this. After the Bomb is 5 more supplements for, of course, After the Bomb. What happened to Australia? The mutants became even more mutant. Ta-da! I am from the future. Mutants in orbit, of course. Mutants in Avalon and the Yukon, of course. And more ninja issues from the Palladium Rifter to expand ninjas and super spies, and also some more supplements in the form of magazines, articles for mutants. It's an amazing collection. I think it's the GOAT for this week. But Vast Grim is a nice challenger. If you're into horror and you like aliens, you might like this. Of course, if you're a Morkborg fan, you're sold. It's got Morkborg written on it. So Morkborg fans are going, I'm sold, I'm in. The Grim collection, $9.95, gets you the whole collection for one price. So you get the easy bare bone rules of Vast Grim. So it's all based on Morkborg. So if you're familiar with Morkborg, this gets you started. 96 pages, core rules and the core setting. So you've got things like addictive pharmaceuticals, parasites, monsters, and an introductory invention, and a new stat known as tech, not in the previous systems. 5 more supplements. You get basically one-shot adventure, solo gameplay loop, the ever-shifting dungeons of the waste barges of Kalatar, controls physical space with barges. They're moving at whim. And all about waste. And, meanwhile, in depths below, there's a underclass rebellion brewing. All right, so into the asteroid is, Morkborg in asteroid fields. So, organised crime. What could go wrong? In Morkborg, everything! Voskrim. All right, so you now take it to the level of skirmish gaming. 28mm miniatures. So you got 5 characters in 13 scenarios for crew motivations, to fight the Grim. And this is not associated with blah, 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 blah. And Morkborg belongs to Morkborg over in Stockholm. But this is all in, what do we say? It's not plagiarism, it's homage. Quotes. All right. I see we got quite a number of people out there. You want to say hi? Hi. Live chat. Hello. I know it's not easy making green, but hopefully you'll stay for the end. All right, I got a few more things coming up, but first, Future Fantasy. You like all the links? You want to find all the links? Future Fantasy, that's one word, Future Fantasy, my RPG. I also post all my links after the show. So, all the RPG links from previous shows. Now, a lot of these are timed packages. So, you look at the little timer on the top of the screen. Remember, Voskrim, there, 19 days. So, everything you buy goes over to Drive-Thru RPG, except for exclusives. Exclusives you need to download through you have to log in first and access your wizard box or shelf, chest. All right. So, Drive-Thru RPG, your largest download store. Often when you buy a bundle of holding, you get little notifications. Hey, Baddie Commander. Say hi. Hi. So, Delta Green, into horror? No, this is sci-fi at its... Well, this is modernish. So, we're back in December 2001, 9/11, and the war on terror has only begun. The problem is, in Delta Green, terror is not what you think it is. It's gruesome, it's ruthless, and, well, we have a murder outside Phoenix, Arizona, resembles a mass murder of 1994 Chicago. Delta Green has already as a suspect in mind, but the agents have run to something worse. So the suspect reappears, destroys himself in a deadly explosion. The murdered victim speaks with the voice of a guard. Trail of carnage across the country. It dawns on the agents that where the towers fell, the city come. Cruel power. Convergence. Yeah, cruelty at its best. Delta Green at its finest. You find yourself facing, once again, the great old ones. It's Kalathu, folks, in the somewhat modern era. Sort of. It's Delta Green. Now, for classic fans, you will know immediately when I say ElfQuest, one of the finest, earliest, and long-running saga comics on elves, and it was quite famous for some time. Here, ElfQuest is back from Chaosium. ElfQuest, the official role-playing game. Stalk the forest with your wolf friend. Foil the Five Fingers traps. Outsmart the trolls. Be a wolf rider in the world of two moons. But the wolf riders lost their forest to hostile humans. Now they're out to find a new home. That is what the ElfQuest is. It's elves trying to find a new home after their world was destroyed by the humans. Quite the coming-of-age tale that many comic book fans to this day still reminisce about. And it's got quite the collection. All PDFs, portable document files. Yeah. Right, so now I come across this on my feed, and since and you can see, look, since its launch, it is getting more and more backers by the hour. It's already reached it's reached its goal with 19 days to go. So this is Starmork Dice Tower. What is a Starmork Dice Tower, you might ask? It is a modular dice tower, a hex tray system. It's a vault. It opens up with smooth trays. Inside, you've got little zones for your things, for showcasing your collection, and everything folds back into one neat little tower. And there's your little dice tray. There's your little fold out. It's got your card mounts. These are brilliant, isn't it? Tokens. Even a coaster. They think of everything. This is a dice tower. And of course, to roll and store your dice and its pieces all in one pallet. Your dice, your tokens, and your little holders. So you got a hex tray, a split hex tray for your cards, a half tray, you got your counter tray, you got your dice sorter, and you got your card holder. And there, you roll your dice, you drop them down the tower, and out they come, see? Smooth rolls, no chasing across the floor to yell across the room, it landed on a 20, I swear! And everybody comes over and says, it looks more like a 1 to me. Yeah, so you got display mode as well, so you can buy more than one, put stuff on display. This is how the tower works. Uses ramp geometry to ensure smooth random rolling and no jamming. Yep, this is crafted from wood. So, yeah. So you got combinations. So, yeah, like I said, you probably need more than one, depending on what you're going to do. And, yeah, you got Early Bird Special, which I think is not much left. Let's see what it says. Yeah, still got some 99. Yeah, still got some left. Man, this was amazing. This is an amazing RPG package. And, yeah, this is the go. This is going to be one of those things people who have will, love forever. Of course, it's one of those products that, of course, you're probably never going to see in a store, and they'll probably will eventually. Don't know. I'm following them on Facebook. I don't know what their Facebook is. They do have a community link if you want to follow them. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You get invited to the community. Yeah. Okay. So this one, back again. There's two amazing that. Yeah, this is quite the product. for hobbyists and enthusiasts. And don't forget, all the links will be in the description below after the show. Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it, each and every one of you. So can you please hit that like button? If you haven't already, please subscribe. About 70% are you not subscribed. And of course, will you please support the channel? You can support the channel by letting your fellow RPG friends know and let people out there know about my channel and my news. You got anything you want me to cover, let me know. Anything upcoming, let me know. But as far as support goes, there's Ko-Fi, Patreon, buy my books, buy my merch. All my links are in the link tree, which you find in the description below in my profile, or scan the QR code on the screen. And don't forget, all the links to today's show will be on my Patreon soon. So thank you. See you in the next video, and bye for now. And